Are you going to be around Saturday? We'll do. I guess we'll do Model Citizen with
What
Mike
in
Scott.
the?
Are you gonna
Yeah. I will be here on Saturday. Yep.
be okay? Okay, cool. Then
And
I'll tell Mike.
all right, awesome,
And we are on
awesome.
Ghost Claw.
I think I gotta turn off the auto DJ up in this mofo. Where's it at?
Send that. Oh, I sent it through. I sent it through Messenger.
There we go.
I think I sent it through.
Haha, there we go. All right. I think we were almost starting on time. Look at that. We got about a minute left too. We're starting like professionals. We're almost professional up in this.
Yeah,
man.
who'd have thought that? It's called Factory Entertainment. That's right. I'll send it to you through text as well. Let me see here.
Well, that is cool. That is cool. So, this is Tech Tuesday. You are here and listening and watching the Help Desk. Coming to you live from our respective houses. Streaming to you to Ghost Claw Radio and GCPR.live, Ghost Claw Productions Radio, GCPR.live. Subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, man. Subscribe to us on the Ghost Claw channel and our own YouTube, the Help Desk YouTube channel. So, I am your host. I am the Angry IT Nerd. I'm also known as Gilbert. Over to the other side of whichever side you're seeing is
Whatever.
is the best co-host in all of the internet. Is Techno George, also known as George. George, how are you, man? What's going on with you?
I'm good. I'm good. I went to well, last weekend was our anniversary weekend, 10th anniversary. Was my wife and I, and she brought me to the Frazetta Art Museum.
Oh,
Which is situated right here in Stroudsburg, PA. Like, and I mean, I never noticed. It was like, it's like 25, maybe 30 minutes away from me. Like, wow, it's like right in it's in East Stroudsburg. Very, very cool. Got a really cool T-shirt and got two art prints from them. So yeah. Got to see all of Frazetta's paintings, all of his art and stuff like that. So that was a cool thing.
Oh, that was pretty cool. That was really cool, man. So
and you went to Comic-Con. I know you went to Comic-Con.
that I did. That I did. For anybody that missed Model Citizen, I apologize. I was at Comic-Con, having the greatest time ever.
Got to meet Jonathan Frakes. That was cool.
I got to meet Jonathan Frakes. Got a picture from him. Had a lot of great stuff out there. All kind of artists had the great artwork, comics that they had, people with their costumes. There was this one dude that had a Mandalorian costume. Dude, it was honestly, I'm surprised he wasn't.
I saw that picture.
Yeah,
I saw
surprised
that picture.
he wasn't hired.
It's on your Instagram.
Yeah, I'm surprised he wasn't hired for that because that was flawless.
He had
Like
he had the dark saber. Did he have the dark saber?
Yep, he had the dark saber. Yep.
Cool.
So yeah, it was pretty cool. That was a great thing. But then came to the greatest point ever, which happened not during the con, but a little after the con, when Thomas and myself left, and we ended up going to a Mexican restaurant, fine dining establishment. You know, great dining establishment. And throughout the line of waiting, Thomas let it be known that he did not like apple. Yeah. Oh, and it was so just. It was one of the most cathartic feelings ever. You know, just being validated and being told that you're right, especially by someone that always just vehemently just argues with you just because, for no other reason, just because. And it
Yeah,
pained him.
I think I saw that video too.
Oh yeah, and it pained Thomas to admit that I was right about Apple. And I say this.
It wasn't an NDA. It was a BOA.
That is correct. Yeah.
Moment, bag of ass.
That
I believe that's how he put it.
um, I want to say was it a crinkly bag of ass or was it a crusty bag? A crunchy bag of ass. That was it.
Crunchy bag of
A
ass.
crunchy bag of.
CBOA. There you go.
Yes. And so for anybody that wants to find that video, you can see that on my TikTok and you can see that on my Instagram. Oh, I can tell you this. I every place that I posted that. Matter of fact, I need to put that on my Blue Sky. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and do that right now as I'm on the radio with everyone.
Nice to update everybody.
It was a great. It was one of the best moments I've ever had in my life. Not gonna lie. And, but I will say though, overall, I had a great time, and it had a lot of same there movie props, a lot of custom D&D, resonant minis, some FDM printed, they were good, good enough to be in a con, good, but no, naturally you can tell that they were 3D printed, but they were very good. They were very, very good,
I was gonna say if you could if you either buy one, I guess, from James, or you borrow his 3D scanner, when you get to Comic Con, you can like scan stuff and then just bring it home instead of buying it and you're like going, "Hey, can I scan this?"
I could. I say, you know what? Hey, let me get a picture of that real quick.
Let me get a picture of that real quick. Can I just turn this like this?
Can you turn it around just a little? Yeah, just kind of keep turning it. Keep turning it. There you go. Just keep turning it. And all right, thanks.
Get my Flipper Zero and
right. Look, I've decided that my next big purchase is going to be a Flipper Zero.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm going to cause mayhem. I'm going to cause some mayhem. I'm going to cause some havoc. I'm going to be quite the ne'er-do-well, the rapscallion, if you will. Yes. So for anybody riding a Cybertruck, just know your AC about to get cut off.
I have to send you. I have to send that video. The guy who he repairs the. What was it? He repairs certain portions of the electronics of the Cybertruck. I have to send you that video. It's on YouTube, but he shows you basically how everything works. And he's like going, well, this module is written in Linux, and this module was written in, this script. And he goes, and all it is, it's just this. And I'm like, oh my God, you're like giving away all the secrets. Dude, I have, yeah, man, I have to find that video for you.
Yes, I'm gonna need that in my life, man. I'm definitely gonna need that one in my life.
Thank you for telling me all those secrets so I can add it to my Flipper Zero hacking account. Yeah, that would be nice.
Is it right? But I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna cause some trouble. I'm gonna get in some trouble. I'm full on plan on getting in some
Not
trouble.
manually, just wirelessly. Just just
for educational purposes.
yes, for educational purposes only.
For only educational purposes.
Please sign this NDA. Okay, no problem. I did see something that was really cool the other day. Kawasaki last year came out with a hydrogen-powered motorcycle, and this year they came out with a prototype. Mm-hmm. It's a hydrogen-powered. I don't know how to describe it. It is an all-terrain vehicle, but it has 4 legs.
Okay.
And if you see this thing, it looks like it looks like one of the lions from Voltron. I mean, you can actually ride it like a motorcycle.
Oh,
and
that's
it's got
cool.
4 legs. It's supposed to. It's kind of like a robotic horse almost.
Yeah. Okay.
The head of it looks like the Voltron, lion.
Mm-hmm.
And then the head kind of scoops down, but there's a head-up display telling you, how much fuel you have left. It can adjust to terrain and stuff like that. They're experimenting with it now. They showed the prototype at one of their auto shows, I believe. But it's basically I don't know how to describe it. It's an all-terrain vehicle, but instead of having 4 wheels, it has 4 robotic legs, and it can adjust. It was really cool. I was like, "This is so awesome." Kawasaki. I put robotic horse in
Kawasaki robot horse.
It's called the Corleo robot.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now.
A motorcycle on legs for any terrain. And yeah. It's a hydrogen-powered robotic horse that you can ride. It looks like one of the Voltron.
It does.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's got...
this is something that... It is pretty cool.
It's got like robotic hooves like a horse.
Yeah.
But each of those... if you look at the hooves, they're split. Inside the hoof or inside the foot are sensors.
Yeah, I see that.
That adjust to whatever terrain there is. Like if you're going down, because it shows this guy actually riding the stoop. He rides the thing to the top of this mountain.
Yeah,
and it's actually jumping down the mountain with him on its back, like it's like going down the mountain.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
It's real.
And for anybody that may be listening, it is the top half looks like a Kawasaki motorcycle. The bottom half of it looks like a horse.
It's like Voltron.
Like a literal horse.
That's what it looks like.
And you put it together and it does. It looks like a lion from off of Voltron.
Corleo's four
Now,
independent robotic legs enable balance and stable movement across various
mhm,
surfaces. Each leg operates separately, allowing the robot to traverse rough and
yeah.
uneven terrain with ease. Equip,
Hmm.
equipped with a 150cc hydrogen engine, Corleo generates electricity to power its limbs. Clean energy approach positions the robot as an environmentally friendly off-road mobility platform. Wow. It's got a HUD display. It's got a head-up
Yep.
display, provides real-time
It's gonna.
information on hydrogen levels, navigation, and movement stability, including weight distribution. The robot also possesses the capability to jump over obstacles, although specific performance metrics have not been disclosed.
No.
Could you imagine this thing like like you bring this thing to school, and there's a bully at school, and then
All
you
right.
yeah, you have this thing like you could like call call your
And
call your
oh my
robotic
gosh.
horse to step on this
Mhm.
kid, trample him to death. I don't know.
And so now, why'd I have to do this? I had to scroll down and look at the comments on this. First one, the very first one. The best part of this is that 5 of these machines can combine to make one huge mecha warrior that can fight a kaiju.
I did not see that. But I thought it. See, I
Yeah,
thought
absolutely, man.
it.
But
That
I
is
will tell you this,
awesome.
man. That it is cool as shit. Like honestly, I would think like kind of at first it would be kind of disorienting until you get used to it,
Yeah,
But I would think that it would ride just like a normal
yeah.
motorcycle.
Right, but it's like riding on the back of a horse,
Yeah,
because as it's as it's galloping, I would assume, over rough
and
terrain.
then the sensors in it, you know,
The
the
sensors are
sensors on his
actually
foot.
shifting, yeah,
Yeah,
like shifting the weight of you on its back,
kind of
and then
compensating for that, and then kind of
yeah, it's
scanning that
compensating for like the
terrain.
smoothest ride. And
Yeah,
it says you could do it with it. It said there's like two modes. You can have a mode where you're, like completely comfortable on it,
right.
and then a road where it's kind, and then and then like a mode where it's kind of like bareback, like bareback
Hmm.
riding, like just
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You know,
where
like I
it's
mean,
kind of
his.
like it's kind of like turning off the safety protocols
Hmm.
on the holodeck, where you talk, like you can.
Yeah, but I'm just saying is that man, I don't know about that, man. No, because only reason being is that because those legs it'd be kind of unpredictable to steer. Unless you just that used to it. But you know, but overall though, man, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw that today. It came up in like my tech feed, and I was
Uh,
like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Now all I can imagine is just like a bunch of Cybertruck owning assholes to pull out there. They're all terrain. Motorbike lion to go, scale up a mountain.
Yeah,
Although, this is gonna, I just put my foot on my mouth on that one because honestly, that would be something Gretchen would use. Gretchen would use that. Not gonna lie. Straight up, she would. If it made climbing easier, yeah, she would. And oh my, what in the? I'm, I, okay, Kawasaki, you doing too much. Kawasaki, you doing way too much now. Now I'm looking at here, and they got this gigantic robotic goat now. Nope, they got a rideable robotic goat. Kawasaki, you're doing too much. All right. Now I see this. You doing too much now.
Yeah,
You know.
if it's the
I
if that
mean.
Kawasaki is using the hydrogen,
Uh huh.
if it's using that hydrogen fuel cell that I saw, it probably has like a 200 to 350 mile range on it.
And see, they got a Gundam. Now they got this. They got a robot lion. They got a robot goat. Japan. Japan. What do you know we don't? Huh? What are you hiding from us? What do you know we don't? Why 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 are you building stuff
They have
that
Transformers.
why are you
We
building
have
stuff that you
GoBots.
why are you building stuff that we see in anime? Hmm? Huh? Why are you building that? See, and the only reason that they build an anime is because monsters are coming. What you know?
Kaijus. Yeah.
So what do you know we don't know? Huh? Well, you know we don't know Japan.
Kaijus. Kaijus are coming.
Where the kaiju's? They in the Bermuda Triangle. Is that what it is? The kaiju's are on. They're coming from Bermuda. What do you know, Japan? What
Maybe.
What are you not telling
Maybe.
us?
You don't know.
What are you not telling us, Japan? I need to know. I
Yeah,
need to know.
if you watch the video, they show you like the actual head-up display, but the it it kind of looks like the the body of it
Yeah.
has this very large screen, and the large screen gives you the GPS coordinates of where you are in relationship to the terrain that you're in, and then um, the the head-up display that's in like the cowling, the head of the robot. It kind of looks just like an ordinary motorcycle. It has miles per hour and all this other stuff, and I'm like, okay, well,
Okay.
that's cool. But then down below is your GPS like mapping, so
Right.
it's like your whole navigation system, and then
Okay.
it can actually show you like like the terrain that you're going through. I mean, I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't be surprised, and the first thing I thought of was if they perfect this and this becomes like the motorcycle
Right.
of the future,
Mm-hmm.
when are they going to start mounting weapons onto it? They're going to start putting Gatling guns on it, and it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be something that's going to walk in. I mean,
Yeah.
it could basically walk by stealth into a pre-designated area and then just start, killing people.
Yeah.
So that's one of the dangers of AI with, and if it had the AI,
Mm-hmm.
portion hooked to it, you know, it's an autonomous horse with, you know, depleted uranium rounds that can go through armor, can fire through anything.
Yeah. Not scary at all.
No,
Magpie, how you doing?
oh
Magpie in the
no,
comments, how you doing? So
Magpie.
yeah, you gotta get a nuclear powered autonomous, robotic horse with a flipping phase cannon on it. Yeah, that's not dangerous at all.
Transformers, the beasts, you know.
Right?
Just don't put Mark Wahlberg in it. That's just,
No, just nope, no,
know.
Oh man, but that is cool and scary at the same time.
Yeah, it's cool and scary at the same time. Just trying to find the other robot I saw. Prusa came out with 3D printer. I was looking at it's a filament printer, but it'll print up to 4 spools at once. You can combine up to 4 colors at once.
Okay.
Prusa.
I can tell you, as cool as that is, when it works right, it is absolutely flawless. But a lot of times that I've seen is that ones where it mixes in, 2 different filament colors. It can, it has that double, yeah, it has that chance where it can doubly fail. So,
well, this one can fail 4 times. So no,
it's quadruply fail.
Quadruply.
So yeah, it can, but if it prints out flawless, then it is beautiful stuff that they can print. It
this is
beautiful.
The original Prusa XL semi-assembled 5-tool head 3D printer, so it can print in 5 colors. It's pretty cool. It prints carbon fiber as well. You can print sneakers. Nice, make sneakers. It's showing a sneaker here.
That's cool.
I mean, I would assume it's Ninja Flex. $3,500. Yeah, it's a bit out of my price range right now.
Yeah,
$35 is a bit out of my price range right now.
So, yeah, almost had me. So yeah, almost had me.
Almost had me.
But
so we have to, equate it into how was it, how many flipper zeros is that? That's about 35 flipper zeros.
Let's see.
Tool changer.
So we about to find out. It is rounding up. It is 21 flipper zeros.
Okay.
All I know is 21 flipper zeros. I will bring down this country. No. Ain't no way that'll happen. Not with 21 flipper zeros. But although I will make a lot of Cybertruck owners very, very upset.
And you get a flipper zero, and you get a flipper zero.
Everybody take out their AC. Because they know the only way they can drive it is with no AC. Yeah. Not going to happen. And especially on the hottest day of whatever that. Yeah, nah. And then when it goes to winter, yeah, take the heat out. Take the heat out and turn the AC on. Oh, I'm gonna be a menace. Oh, I'm gonna be a menace. Yeah, I'm gonna be a menace. I'm gonna be a straight up menace to society. Ah. So yeah, man. They got, if I go to Florida, they're gonna kick me out of Florida.
You'd be with it. You'd be like in like the movie Pulp Fiction. You know, what with it. You know when like when Ving Rhames is talking to Bruce Willis, and he goes, you're with your LA privileges have been revoked. They're gonna say your Florida privileges have
Have
been
been revoked.
revoked.
Yes.
We don't want you here anymore. Okay.
Like I'll be booted out of the entire state. Oh my god. That would be hilarious. Michael Pruitt in the chat. Hey, how's it going, man? Jay Thomas, how you doing today? You all right? You doing good, fam? Hope you're doing all right. But yeah, man, I'm planning on being a menace. I plan on being a menace by the end of this year. Oh, I'm gonna be kicked out of Florida by the end of this year. I'm gonna be never allowed back into Florida ever again.
Well, the one thing, if you wanted to, they do make a hacker kit on hack5.org, and they have all these little, hack devices that you can use. But they have one that's really cool. It's an Ethernet pass through. So if you can get into a wiring room of a company or whatever, you can actually hook up any. I think you can hook up through any switch this little pass through, and the pass through allows you to gain access to the entire network of that building or of that entire company. If you could put this little pass through thing on, it's basically an Ethernet pass through. So it has an Ethernet plug on one end.
Okay.
It has an Ethernet outlet on the other end.
All right.
And then in between is a flash drive. And you could put like an attack script on it or whatever. But what's really cool about it is it will send all the data that's going through that cable. I mean, it doesn't have to be on a main cable. You could put it onto somebody, if you got into like a server room, you could put it onto the switch if you want to.
All right.
And you plug right in. You could plug into the switch, or you can plug into like another plug in the back that they can't see.
All right.
And it'll take all that data and send it to a website of your choice. So you can choose any website you want, and then you would go to that website and you could read that information.
Okay.
So I mean, that's basically how corporate espionage, like where you can get like stock prices before and do stock trading if you're into that. That that's an SEC violation, but
yeah, it's only if you get caught. It's only if you get caught.
Yeah, it's only if you get caught. For educational purposes.
Educational purposes. Do not follow anything that we were saying.
Do not follow anything we're saying. Do not try anything. Do not try this at home, kids. We are professionals. Well, you're a professional. I'm just an old guy with a computer. So
no, I'm not a professional anything. I'm a professional idiot.
We're professional menaces. We're menaces to professionals.
I'm a professional hater of Apple products. You know, and for
No,
anybody is,
no, 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 no,
and
no.
for anybody
Or
is saying, and for
let's
anybody
get
is,
this right. You're the premier professional hater of Apple products. The
okay, that's fair.
premier,
That's fair.
premier.
That's fair. And for anybody saying is that, oh no, that I'm just have just this soul bias and whatnot, blah 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 blah. No, I own Apple products, so I know from experience, firsthand experience, that Apple is shit. Okay, I know this firsthand. All right, Apple is ass.
They both
So,
begin with A.
yes.
Ass, apple, ass. PP in the
So
middle.
yes, I know.
PP in the middle. Ass.
Absolutely. So I know for a fact. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about. There's a video of it that there's a video on my Instagram that corroborates
Yes,
what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about.
The video proof will confirm it. So.
The video proof will confirm that I know what I'm talking about. And I know up until then, everybody was just thinking, oh, well, yeah, he just doesn't like it because of this, that, blah, 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 blah. No, it's ass. Now, with everything, there are pros and cons, just like Apple. There are pros and cons with Apple. It's just their cons, Jesus Christ, outweigh their pros. That's all I'm saying. That's all that I'm saying. Everything has a pro and con, but their cons far outweigh their pros. And that's my Apple rant for this week. Oh gosh. So, George.
No, I don't use Apple. What's going on?
And here's the thing, what makes it so bad is that I know somewhere down the line I'm going to have to get probably an additional line and have that additional line in iPhone. I know somewhere along the line I'm going to have to get an extra line strictly just iPhone. And I don't want to. But I know I'm going to have to. But I sincerely don't want to.
Why do you have to get the iPhone line for what? For the app?
For the app, yeah.
Oh.
Maybe I could get away with just getting an iPod Touch. Maybe. I don't know. But I know for sure for a fact that I can with an iPhone, but I don't want to take a chance with Apple and get an iPod Touch and then, I can't use it. But then,
I have my Apple 3. My Apple 3. I have an Apple 7. If you want to try it on that.
yeah, I'm gonna try it on that. That could that probably work.
I think I still have my I think I still have my old Apple 7.
That would probably work.
Let's see what we got. I always save all my electronics because you never know. Yep. Gravity Gray. Apple 7.
Haha.
iPhone 7. I'd have to take the I think I took the SIM card out of it.
All right, cool. Cool.
I could possibly send that to you.
That would be great.
Okay. You could also make it for the iPhone. Make it for the iPhone 3.
Oh man, but yeah, man.
Make it
I
for
say, but I would say some things Apple is okay with. You know, I'm okay with Apple. You know, the layout is cool. The layout is fine. You know, the old graphics and everything, that's fine. You know, how it operates is fine. It's just every little thing costs.
yeah.
And then
Oh wait, you want to push that button? Oh yeah,
said
yeah,
that
yeah.
to
That's
push
five
that button,
dollars.
that it's $3.99 to push the button. Oh, you already pushed it? Well, it's another $4.99 if you want to unpush it. You know, and
I also found I found it in my archives. Actually, I found Lynn's
is that a
Motorola
razor?
StarTAC. It's a StarTAC,
Oh my god.
the old StarTAC.
I haven't seen one of those since I worked at Walmart. And that was like in
It's like a rocking phone back in
that
the
was like
day, man. Because
06.
it actually has a display on top here, but then when you flip it up,
Mm-hmm.
it has the actual display.
I think that was 2006 or 2007 last time I saw one of those.
Yeah,
Oh man.
SIM card. Oh yeah, it has USB. I think it has a SIM card. The newer SIM cards I've been seeing are called eSIMs.
Mm-hmm.
There,
Yeah.
it's a file that's sent to you through email, and you can take it and just put it into your phone. I have it for like like my new iPhone, and I lock down the SIM. There's a thing where you actually can you can assign a special password to it. So I assign the special
Mm-hmm.
password to it. So when I restart the phone, it asks me for the SIM code, and I have to, so like I lock down the SIM. So if my phone was lost or stolen, especially if it was stolen, um, you can lock down the SIM. So basically, the phone will not start unless you
Okay.
unlock that code. Okay.
Oh.
So you could start
Okay.
the phone, like you could start the phone, and you could. I don't think you can. I don't. It's kind of like you would need the code to like the lock display. If you can get past that, then you have to get the code for the SIM, and I put a password on that. You know, so
Nice.
so even if you get past
Mm.
that, you can't get past that, and yeah, because the SIM is basically uh, it basically authenticates you to it's basically your account. So it's your account
Mm-hmm.
on your cell phone, your SIM card,
It communicates that information from the card, taking the information from your
to the
device
cell
to the
tower so
tower.
that you
To
can make
yeah.
calls to anybody in your contact list. But if you lock down the SIM, you can't call out. You can make an emergency call, like
You can call
if my phone was
911.
lost.
Yeah. Or you
Yeah,
can call 911, but
right,
other than that, you're not you won't be able to use it.
right, right.
Okay, because I
Well,
saw
I won't.
something when it was for the Comic Con. I didn't make I was not going to make the mistake that Thomas had made one time in having terrible reception inside of the building, and the Wi-Fi of the building was just absolute trash. That was not going to happen to me. So I got my own hotspot,
Oh,
and
so use your phone as a hotspot?
no actual device.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Uh,
a Wi-Fi hotspot device. And this one had it had a regular, just a regular SIM card, but it said newer models had the eSIM.
right.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I was wondering how
it's just
that worked. So
it's an encrypted
yeah,
file basically that they send you
yeah,
through, like, through your carrier. Because
mm-hmm.
when I got the phone, where did I get the phone? I think we got a special through Costco, but when I got the phone, they said your carrier is going to ask you to authenticate the phone. I authenticated the phone, and they said,
Mm-hmm.
please give us an email, on the account. So your email on the account, they'll send the code to you from there. So,
Oh, okay, all right.
and then it's like a file. So basically, how I activated it was they sent it through email. I just pushed on the attachment, and the attachment, basically had an executable that executed the SIM, like the eSIM to the phone. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
the other carriers, like Mint Mobile, like if you go to a different carrier or whatever. So I'm on AT&T, only because I get a discount through Lucent because I used to work for Lucent. So and I've kept that now for like 15 years. So, but
Man.
yeah, but I mean, for two phones on one account, I'm only paying,
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, I pay under $100 a month. It's not, like, usually it's 100 and something dollars. I mean, for all the stuff that we have on the phone, like, because you have to have two accounts. You have to have your cellular account and then your
Okay.
cellular Wi-Fi account, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and so I get unlimited with that. But um, yeah, I was like really, pleasantly surprised when they, went to eSIM, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Because usually you have to, get a pin and push the side out and pull the little
Yeah.
thing out and put the SIM. And I had worked for a Fortune 500 company, and the the girl who was taking care of all the VIPs, they had all these iPhones, and she had like maybe 100 iPhones, 100, just in a box, thrown in a box. And I was like, I said, "Did you ever take the SIM cards out of these?" And she goes, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh, I guess not." So I showed her. I said, "These SIM cards." I said, so what the people were doing was when they left the position, they were taking the SIM cards out of those phones and putting them into their new phone for their other job that they were hired
Mm.
for, this other company, and they were using the old company's cellular plan, and they were still paying for it, and they weren't even in the job. Like, this one guy had like had like he was still using the phone for 3 years. He wasn't even in the job. He was in
Wow.
like another company someplace else, and he was still using the thing. I was like, I said, you gotta close these things out. She's like,
Like,
I don't
right?
know how to do that. I was like, come here. And we went to the computer thing. I was like, all right, this guy done. This guy done. This guy done. 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 And this one guy called up and said, "Hey, my phone doesn't work," and blah 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 blah. I was like, "Well, do you work for this company anymore?" No. All
Okay,
right.
then. There's your answer.
Like, click. just, just
Like, I
three
mean,
years. I was like, wow.
So, hey, so talk about a level of entitlement, man. It's like, yo, what happened to my phone?
That's funny.
Oh my god, man. That's
So,
just that is
yeah, just
insane.
wrong. But yeah.
Oh man. And, and I'm just looking at this robot thing, man. And my whole thing is like, all right,
The Voltron motorcycle that you can ride, is that what you were looking at?
yeah, I'm looking at that again.
The
And
Voltron bike.
as cool as it is, I'm just wondering how the physics of it work if you're going up a mountainside, you know?
Well,
Because I mean,
it's kind of like a Segway. So it does have um
okay,
it, it has lateral sensors in it.
right,
So
right, okay,
it has the gyroscopic sensor in it. I would assume that's underneath the seat, so where you're sitting. So if you're going up a mountain and you're holding on to the handlebars, now if you're on a motorcycle, your center of gravity usually it
I know you have to shift it, you know, to
yeah,
keep
you
your
have to
balance.
shift it.
Yeah,
This should compensate that for you if you're going up a mountain because it knows
right,
that it has a rider on the back. So the
yeah,
I mean I would assume that the seat um
no,
has that sensor in it and is probably um analyzing the weight distribution of you going back and if you're holding onto the handlebars and you're going back and forth
right,
as
right,
as the four legs are going up the mountain, and you're still on its back, um, it would probably have to shift its weight so that you
hmm,
stay in a center and so that like your center of gravity is always centered straight, is always leveled out basically.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's what the seat does. um but yeah,
yeah,
it's really cool. I mean I was looking at the animation where the guy is actually riding it, and it's running across the snow, and I'm like, wow,
yeah.
that must really be.
The only part that I'm not is when it jumps. I guess I don't know.
It's like riding like a mechanical
Yeah,
panther,
yeah,
mechanical lion.
and it's like I have too many questions about that. It's really cool. Not gonna lie, it's cool. It's cool as shit. I just have a lot of flipping questions.
Well,
yeah,
it would have to with it um in the is it the robot dog video? There were there there was Boston Dynamics makes the robot dog. Uh, they they made one that was kind of like a gazelle, like it could actually it had
hmm,
springed like legs and feet, and it actually had to analyze the impact of when it sprung from a position to another position. So when it sprung and it was in the air, the sensors, because it had ultrasonic sensors that could detect the air movement of it going through the air.
hmm,
But as it jumps up, those ultrasonic sensors hit the ground and they bounce back to the robot and tell the robot, okay, well, you're gonna um, land in this particular spot in this particular hardened mode or whatever it is, adjust your weight accordingly, and then they I think they tried it with like a payload on its back, and the payload shifted, but the robot shifted its like its weight distribution
Okay.
to keep the cargo centered, and it
Mm.
was really interesting. I was like, oh, because they showed like they did they did plenty they did like hundreds of thousands of videos of people riding horses, and
Mm-hmm.
they translated those movements to the robot, so the robot understood all that when it went to go, like jump, or actually like gallop very very quickly, because it understands momentum, it understood the force, it understands that you have a payload on your back, which is possibly like a human being. And I'm thinking maybe like the Kawasaki one is going to be like, it's just going to be like, well, I have cargo on my back. I don't really have a
Mm-hmm.
person on my back. I have cargo. It's shifting its weight. I need to compensate to shift the weight, to shift my weight, or shift my body, or like shift the body of the all-terrain vehicle to keep the person centered so the person doesn't fall off. And I'm like, but how how exact it it looks cool when you do it, but but the actual logistics of it are so complex.
Right.
I guess you're not gonna, and the thing doesn't have a roll cage. That's the whole thing. Like, if you fall off this thing
You fall
and
off,
you're
and
on a
you.
mountain and this
Yeah.
thing rolls over on you, kind of
You-
like an ATV rolling over on you, but
Yeah.
you
You
know,
are. You're dead. Yeah.
well,
I mean, there's no other way around it. I mean, otherwise you are severely
if you're
incapacitated.
paralyzed, I'm sure they'll give you like those Kawasaki limbs from the, from like the robot. It'd be like the $6 million man.
At
So,
least. I mean, Jesus, man. But
so
yeah, I think it's just that the logistics of how it works is just so complex
mm.
that it's just a lot of questions for me. It looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it looks really cool. And I know it'll never happen. I know it'll never happen. But if something like that were sold in America,
And you had the
and
money to buy it,
I had the money to buy it, I would buy it.
you'd buy a Cybertruck. No, you'd
No,
buy
no, it's better than a
you'd buy.
Cybertruck. I'd put it that. It's way better than a Cybertruck. Like honestly, I would get that and a Flipper Zero, and I'd be a menace in Florida. Just riding away in my Kawasaki robot horse. It just ride upside mountains, turn off Cybertruck ACs. Absolutely, man. I'd be a menace.
So was so how many things did you see at Comic-Con that you wanted to buy?
Well, there was so much there, man. There were so many people that had so much artwork that was there I wanted to buy. That because there are people that had, of course, the superhero, artwork, the paintings, and then there were people that had that had the models,
Right.
and there was one, oh my god, there was one that this one had to have been every bit of like 30 30, almost 40 pounds. Like this,
Oh,
it was heavy. So had all kinds of models for everything. From every kind of anime character. Gundam, Transformer, um, any landscape. You know,
oh, oh.
like
Like
every
terrain. Oh, cool.
terrains, like every Dungeons and Dragon type of thing you could think of. It was there. It was. They had a lot of cool stuff, man. Had a real whole lot of cool stuff. You
Did
know,
you
um,
was it did you see any Skyrim stuff?
not specifically Skyrim. They it was just mostly D&D.
Oh,
D&D. And you had your sci-fi stuff. Your Marvel, your DC, Doctor Who.
oh
Was
yeah.
what your Star Trek, of course, because of Brent Spiner, Jonathan Frakes being there,
Oh, okay.
and and surprising, Dean Cain had a line
Hmm.
in which no man, no, like I don't understand, no, just no, like how you gonna have the worst Superman out of every actor that has ever played Superman, the worst one, and he got a line at Comic Con. And no, how you gonna have the worst one out of all of them? The worst one. How
Uh,
how dare dare Greenville disrespect me by having
could
that Superman?
could have been worse. Could have been Kevin Sorbo.
Oh god, I would have eventually had to walk out. If I saw Kevin Sorbo there, say, "Oh no, got to go."
Or Gary
But
Busey.
Gary Gary
He
Busey, I don't know. Gary Busey, I don't know.
he's a weird dude.
I
I remember him from he the
yeah.
last
I'm doing good, Jay Thomas. I'm doing good. How you doing?
last Chiller Theater Con, I think, or one of the cons, he molested somebody. He molested one of
Of
the
course.
fans.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Of course. But overall, pretty cool. Overall, pretty cool, man. Like even had old retro toys. You know, I want to say I saw a couple of Star Trek models. Not Enterprise. It was they're different fleet, different ships in Starfleet.
Hmm.
Oh man. One of the coolest things I saw. I don't know how they did it, but I know it was one of the coolest shits I've ever seen. I know that was not proper English, everybody. I don't care. Anyways, somebody had made a Pokeball like glass with a transparent Pokemon inside. So you would see, all your favorites, your Pikachu, your Charizard,
Huh.
Blastoise, Charmander, whole nine.
It's probably clear resin.
I don't know. I don't know if there's resin or not. I'm sure the Pokemon inside
How big was it?
like clear resin. Oh, It's about the size of like I would say a tennis ball. The
Okay.
biggest ones were about the size of a tennis ball.
Yeah. I was it, I yeah. I had that mold. I mean, I have the mold of the ball. So I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
could just like fill it up. Like you could actually, fill it up a little bit with resin. You put
Okay.
the thing in, and then you just fill it all the way up with resin. So,
Ah, okay.
so
But that was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And let's see. Had a whole slew of other celebrities that were there, you know. But the longest line, the longest line out of everybody they would have was Brent Spiner.
yeah.
Out of everybody, Lieutenant
I
Commander Data had the longest
yeah.
line.
Oh yeah, of course. Uh, talking to uh, talking to Steve Warnick, he was telling me Brent Spiner and Patrick Stewart used to go to New York a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and they used to go. They used to go to. Uh, they were with this woman. I think that Brent was going out with at the time, but they just used to go dancing in New York. That's all they used to do. Just have a weekend, go to New York, and then go back to LA. That's what they used to do. I don't know who
Yeah.
this mystery woman was, but
Now you see, now what kind of level of wealth you got to have that you live in LA and you just go to New York for the weekend just so you could dance and then go right back to LA? Like what? Man, you just, now see, and you just showing off just to show off now. I like you. There's no place you could dance in LA. There's plenty of places you can go. No, no, you don't have to. Kind of man, you're doing too much Star Trek. Everybody doing too much. Captain Picard, you're doing too much, man. You're doing too much, Captain. Oh. But needless to say, I will say though the people that were cosplaying said now those ones now they had props like
yeah.
they did look like
Costumes are getting better and better and better every year.
oh absolutely like
I
there's
I used to belong to the 501st, Legion, which was
mm-hmm,
the Stormtrooper Legion in New York.
right
This is how I found out about the RPF. But they used to actually have it was called um what was it called? It was a prop making Saturday. So you'd go over
okay
somebody's house who had this huge workshop, and you would work on all your stuff, like work on your props for your cosplay. You work on your costume.
all right
So
all right
there'd be like, I mean, I went to one of these things. There was like 20, 30 guys, like 20, 30 people there just working on stuff, working on, like
mm-hmm
they had people, working on like the imperial caps or like the tunics or whatever. So
mm-hmm
they had that part of it, like the actual costume. Then they had guys who were working on stormtrooper blasters. There were guys working on like their
all right
stormtrooper armor and all this other stuff, and it was really cool. I mean, it was really cool. But I mean, the was it the was it the level of nerd cred that was in that room, man. It was awesome.
right
And
right
these
yeah
are people who had like very very good jobs. Like one guy was like he was a train conductor for Union Pacific, and
okay
he made like I think he made like $400,000 a year, something like that. He was some sort of a train engineer.
Okay.
He worked on all the different trains, but he made close to $500,000 a year, and he put all that into his costume. That's it, and he would just try. He would
Oh
just travel.
man.
Yeah, he traveled with all the other with like other like all the other 501st Legion guys. Like he went
Okay.
with
I
a
bet he was.
but
I bet he pissed a lot of people off.
but
It looked cool, but even though I know he pissed a lot of people off.
he had the
That man,
sand
I can't
he had
compare
like
with
the
that.
sand with because he had like the sand trooper costume.
Uh huh.
And I remember he was asking me because the sand trooper costume used this gun that the Germans used in World War II called the MG-42, which was the machine gun, and that's the
Okay.
one you see when they're walking when the stormtroopers are walking into Docking Bay 94 in Tatooine,
Mm-hmm.
and they order Han Solo stop that ship. And the one guy
Right.
actually has this really long gun. That's that MG-42 machine gun. He didn't know where to get it, and I was like, "Well, why don't you just make it?" He goes, "I don't know how to make it." I was like, "Well, that's what we're here for. We're here to make the damn thing. I
Right.
said, let's figure it out. Let's design it." And he goes, I mean, he actually wanted to buy one. I was like, "You have enough money
Mm-hmm.
to buy one?" He goes, "Yeah, probably. I can get parts for it." And like a lot, like a lot of guys were buying Mausers. They were buying the 1915 Mauser, which was Han Solo's blaster,
Okay.
and they were buying real guns from collectors and turning them into
Like
a
the.
metal version of the blaster, like from Star Wars. It's like
Okay.
you're ripping this gun apart, and serious collectors are like really mad at the
Yeah.
people from the RPF and people from the 501st Legion for doing that because
Because I
it's a
mean,
piece of history.
right.
This guy wanted to buy an MG-42 machine gun. Now, I I saw one at auction 10 years ago. Uh, well, before 2009, I saw one at auction. It was going for
Mm-hmm.
about $350,000. Now it was a machine gun. It
Uh
was a
huh.
German machine gun, $350,000. It went to auction. If I'd had that and I kept it for a couple of years until now, pay off the house, I could buy GCPR like 19,000 times over. Everybody would have a Flipper Zero, a Star Trek chair, like a throne room chair. Everybody would have everything they ever wanted, and I'd still have
Mm-hmm.
money left over just to live comfortably. But
Right.
it would be like the millions of dollars. And these guys buy this stuff. I'm like going, "You're buying this stuff. Why can't you just make it?" And they go, "I don't know how." I was like, "Look at the bait. I just look at a basic shape. Just look at a basic shape and just
Mm-hmm.
do it." Sorry, this is a model citizen talk. We're gonna do that on Saturday. I'm very sorry. This should be the help desk. So, anybody in the chat?
Yeah.
Does anybody have any computer problems or anything they'd
Questions
like
or
to questions or problems? And
but
what did Jay Thomas say? She said,
oh, right, calling me.
"Oh, I call
Yeah.
Gilbert an angry nerd backwards. I just left out the IT." That's funny. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Nobody has
but
any computer problems. Nobody has any computer questions.
that's because we're that good, man.
It's I don't
I
know.
said we're that good. Either that or everybody, turn it off and on back at the but but yeah,
No,
man.
but
Flipper Zero, my next big purchase. After that, I'm planning on getting a 3D scanner because it's been far too long.
Yeah.
Been far too
I mean,
long
you'll
for
probably get one
me.
from James. He probably had, he probably has a state of the art. Well, he has a state of the art scanner that he has now, but
Right.
every time a new one comes out, he'll buy that one. So then the
Oh,
one that he'll either, sell you or give you will
right.
be state of the art. Will be
Well, you know
state of
what?
the art, and you're like, it'll be a couple years old, but it'll still be.
Yeah, I can deal with a couple of years. Yeah, I'm not worried about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you know.
I'm not worried about that. Hey, I say, James. Um. So, let me ask you something, man. Let me get one of those 3D scanners from you. Yeah. I know you're not using it. Let me get one. Come on, man. Let me get one. You're not using
I
it. I give
I
you ten
and
dollars for it.
I was checking out my Seaview model the other day and looking through the parts and stuff, and
Yeah.
I was like, because I was afraid that I would have to buy because they make a kit that has the flying sub, the diving bell, and the little sea sled,
Mm-hmm.
in it, and they sell it alone, which is to scale with the 39-inch Seaview. I went to go look at it, and I was like, oh, it comes with it. The whole kit comes with all of those models. I was so happy.
Oh,
So
that's pretty
it's always
cool.
good to go back and go look at stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because, you always find the gems. You'll always find the gems when you go back and look. So,
let's
and,
see what we got here.
let me check out this goat. This Kawasaki rideable goat. Because I don't know why. I'm just intrigued by this. Just something about this. I'm just intrigued. You know,
Kawasaki goat. I mean,
yeah.
I gotta look at this here.
Kawasaki rideable robotic goat.
I guess it's like a mountain goat.
And I
Rideable robot goat.
and I'm not I I I'm not sure
Wow.
I I'm not
It
sure how
looks
to
like a
process.
llama.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to process what I'm seeing. Like it I
It's got handlebars like a motorcycle.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like, oh, all right. I
I'm
don't
looking
know.
at the girl riding it here. It's like,
It
okay, so
just
they have it up and
just trots along. So I guess it's all right. I guess I don't know.
yeah,
And
got LEDs
oh,
in the neck. It's like a total satanic riding medium. It's got these horns
right.
on it, and yeah.
And oh, so I'm seeing this one video now where it is a wearable robot that allows wheelchair users to stand up and walk.
Oh yeah.
Huh, that is pretty cool.
Is that the one with the AI in it? It was it it com- was it comes over to you, and it basically clamps around your legs, and then it lifts you up, and you can walk with it.
Yeah, that's what it looks like
Yeah,
because
I've
he's
seen that one.
guy sitting in his chair and then it just kind of it it just goes around his legs and his torso. But huh, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
We have to take a road trip. I just found something.
Oh yeah,
Um,
where's that?
To the Smithsonian, in Washington D.C.
Okay.
The mothership model, the original model from Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the mothership is on display at
Oh.
the Smithsonian.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to take a road trip. I'm definitely gonna have to take a road trip to that one.
That's pretty cool. A pretty big model. Um, One place we have to go
Uh huh.
is Ticonderoga. We got to go to Ticonderoga. Star Trek set tours.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Because anyone out there, if you are a Star Trek fan, you got to go there.
Mark
That is,
Myers will be there the 20, I'm going to say 25th, 26th, and 27th. Um, let's find out. Okay. Any other computer news? I have not seen any
I
other
know.
computer news.
No, I haven't seen anything. And I,
um,
what is this? So I'm seeing this video again. So I'm seeing this on YouTube where it Tesla robots, where this robot has a machine gun and is shooting at a Cybertruck. And apparently the Cybertruck actually is bulletproof. I would say bulletproof, bullet resistant. Because
oh,
they were still dents in it. So, yeah, it's bullet resistant. Because they were dents in the thing. In the door and the whole side panel. So, hey, at least you know if you're stuck in there, you won't. At least you know you won't get shot. But yeah,
yeah,
mm.
I was watching I saw the video for China's military shows off robot dog with automatic rifle mounted on its back.
Oh man, look here.
It's basically like the Boston Dynamics robot, and it has an automatic, has like an automatic rifle
Mm.
mount on its back.
Yeah, that's some scary shit, dude. That's some scary shit, dude. Uh,
And I'm looking at this hydrogen powered robot, the one that goes up the mountain with the rider on its back and it's like a horse, but it uh the incline doesn't look that steep. I'm gonna
mm-hmm.
say it looks like maybe a 30-degree angle. Um, Maybe could be a 30-degree angle. So I'm thinking can't be a 70. Well, I mean, I guess it could be a 70-degree angle, but if it was 70, it would be too steep. I guess. Well, I'm gonna have to see. Okay. Yeah, Tesla
Mm-hmm.
makes the Generation 2 robot. It's called Optimus. Yeah, great.
That is funny.
$30,000 Tesla robot isn't scary at all. Nah, it's pretty scary.
little bit.
Uh, you got a bipedal
And
robot.
I, I, I'm looking at this car, and I'm not sure how to process what I'm looking at. Like this is like some Knight Rider type of stuff, man. Let's see.
What are you looking at?
And hey, let me see if I can share it with you. Because it's I'm not sure how to process it. Like it looks really flipping cool. But just I don't know, man. I just can't.
It's not the Cybertruck, right?
No. Oh no.
It's the cardboard Lamborghini. No, cardboard Lamborghini is actually put together a lot better than the Cybertruck.
That is true. And where is this at? Trying to. Where did I find it? Yeah.
It's a car.
Yeah, it's a car. And
All
see,
right,
I'm trying to find it on my phone versus on my computer, but it won't let me do it. So I'm going to have to go at it a different way because you know what? Modern problems require modern solutions. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to get a modern solution to this modern problem. All right, there we go. And all right, now I just sent it to you.
All right.
I get it.
The preview.
It's an amazing looking car. Not gonna lie.
Oh, it's the Lotus Theory 1.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought that was hydrogen powered, is it? Oh wow. Oh, cool. The doors come up.
Yeah.
They're gull wing doors, but they go toward the back. Rear spoiler. It has an air brake on it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Laser wire lights. Oh, that's cool. It kind of looks it's styled like the new Corvette, but it's got secret lidar on it. Oh wow.
Right.
It's like the Mach 5, man.
It looks really cool, right? Yeah.
It's like the
I get one of those. I get one.
Yeah, it's got like that long steering column.
Mm-hmm.
Pedals adjust for the person. That's pretty cool.
Now, see, yeah, that would be something I would get and paint it to look like the Mach 5. Yeah, absolutely. That's an absolutely yeah on that one.
Lotus Theory 1. Lotus Theory 1, concept electric sports car, the first and new design study that aims to express Lotus's design principles, innovation, and driver engagement with a focus on digital, natural, and analog elements. Oh, it's only a prototype. 986 horsepower. Oh,
Oh my God.
I think my wife would love that. The all-wheel drive Theory 1 is an EV with 986 horsepower. 0 to 62 miles per hour in under 2.5 seconds. Wow, you'd have to actually put a G suit on, and you'd have to have
Wow.
like a fighter pilot G suit so you don't pass out from the G force.
Right?
Powertrain provides a claimed 0 to 62 miles per hour in under 2.5 seconds. 7 kilowatt per hour battery pack. The concept
Hmm.
vehicle achieves a WLTP rated range of 402 kilometers, 250 miles from its 70 kilowatt battery pack. Steer by wire, drive by wire. The controls automatically move to the driver, enhancing the driving experience. KEF audio system. Car features a KE audio system with binaural speakers. Future implications. Production version planned. A production version of Theory 1 is planned for release before 2027. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
So you may
Okay.
see it in the next year. Design influence intended to inspire the look of future Lotus models and signals the brand's new DNA design philosophy. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Well, it is aerodynamic.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
And I
The doors are really
I
cool.
see.
They
I got something else. I'm gonna send you this because this is quite possibly the first kind of flying car. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. But essentially, it's just a really big ass drone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
but it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably for the ultra rich. Yeah.
So
Something like
yeah, that is
Go
for
to
the
work
ultra
in a
rich on
flying
that.
car. Yeah. Yeah. Go to work in a flying car. Like, I mean, I don't even trust people on the road. I'm like, I'm gonna
So
trust, some idiot in a flying car. It's all carbon
let's see.
fiber. I could see that.
Let's see. Here's the thing. If it's just you up there, then oh yeah, not a
Well, yeah,
problem.
but
If it's just me, not a problem. But the second that it starts getting like three people, then yeah, that's start to be a problem then.
if it's two people, I could see that. It has like two bucket seats. So, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Overall though, that looks pretty cool.
yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see what they have to
So,
do is combine this with the Lotus Theory 1, and then you would
hmm
have your ultimate. You have your ultimate, EV car. The one car I was looking at was or the one concept I was looking at was that the wheels of the car were ducted fans. So at a certain point the
hmm
car drives to the airfield, and then basically the wheels go up like this, and they become, they're like two propellers. So they're
yeah,
contra-rotating propellers, and they're called ducted fans. Basically, they pull air in and they push air
hmm
down, which gives you more lift. And they were the wheels of the car, which are really cool because they expand out, and then the car
hmm yeah,
becomes an aero car. Yeah, this
yeah.
is yeah.
That's cool.
It's
And
good, but it's
it's a cool concept, but
it's a cool concept, but the
it's kind of it seems kind of complex in theory. I mean, kind of complex to implement.
I don't the the thing I don't like is amidst the propellers, it's like
Right. Yeah.
it's like flying with like four giant blenders. And if you're, I mean, I would assume that the electronics of the car keep it from
Would
hitting
keep.
into stuff, but you
Yeah.
never know, you know.
Right. Because I mean,
Like if there were cowlings over the propellers, then I could see that as a safety thing where it could land in tight spaces, or it can land in a tight space. Because when it's taking off, there's nobody there, but when it's starting to land, I'm like, those people just better watch out, man.
right.
But the if you look at the propellers, there's propellers on top. So each drivetrain, which are four of them, or each motor has a propeller on top and a propeller on the bottom. So it is a ducted fan concept. So
Okay.
it's pulling air from the top and pushing it
Yeah.
down, and the other propeller is taking it and pushing it down. So
Yeah. Okay.
oh, this is
Yeah.
yeah, I saw this. This is the one. The wearable robot that takes you out of the wheelchair, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, I can see something like that. One day being made. Just like really streamlined down, and almost to the point where you could wear clothes over it, and just nobody would ever know.
Yeah, yeah. I
So.
was looking at somebody came up with the well, I know the hacksmiths had touched on it. The
Hmm.
repulsor lift, like
Yeah.
Tony Stark's repulsor lift. If
Yeah.
they
They
could
did.
perfect
Yeah.
that technology, then you wouldn't even need the propeller, because the original shield carriers had deducted fans in it that Tony
Right.
got caught in the fan with his Iron Man suit, and then he basically upgraded the shield carriers to like the repulsor lift um
Hmm.
things. I thought that was pretty cool. But somebody was working on that. There's some guy who was working on like the repulsor lift
Yeah. I saw that.
thing.
Yeah, I saw that because I saw Hacksmith. I think at this point they made their like an actual Iron Man suit, like a suit, like
Oh yeah,
not just one that just looks common, but it's like functions and all.
yeah. My guilty pleasure would have been to buy. They make a new Iron Man. It's a voice activated helmet. So when you put the helmet
Hmm.
on, you say Jarvis, open the helmet, and it actually
Yes,
opens up.
I've
I'm
seen
like,
those.
that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so, yeah, I've seen
So
those. And also ones I've also seen is like the self transforming transformers.
right,
You know, and again, that's one that I would get those immediately if I had the money for it. Not gonna lie. But man, with everything going today, man, it's just amazing, man. Because I remember, like 80s and 90s and stuff like that with and Transformers and everything, and just in models, they were just kind of plain and static.
right.
But now you can add sound, you can add color, diorama, lights, you know, whole
My
nine. Yeah.
the show you used to watch back in the
Mm-hmm.
80s was called Street Hawk, and it had Rex Smith as a motorcycle cop, but he was recruited by the government to ride this experimental motorcycle, and he had this helmet on, and the helmet actually had like a head-up display. It had night vision in it. It had all this other stuff, and I thought it was so cool. And I was like, and I was looking at the night vision of the time and
Mm-hmm.
the night vision that we've had since for like for motorcycle helmets, and I was like, it just didn't like it didn't come close to what was within the helmet. Like the helmet actually had a zoom. It had a head-up display inside the face shield,
Right.
and you could see at night. And I remember a couple years later, this was 80, this is 80, I'm gonna say 85. 80, no, it was 86, I was like 86 or 87. But in 89, I remember Cadillac came up with an infrared head-up display that could see objects, can see like deer in the road or people in the road,
Mm-hmm.
and it would show a heat plume, but it was like a black and white head-up display, this little square that it put up onto the windshield, and you could see ahead of you if anybody was in the road. So it could actually and I was like, that is so cool. I remember seeing this thing, and I remember like going, that'd be a really cool car to buy, and you'd have this head-up display and everything. That
Right.
car was like $150,000 at the time. I
Yep.
was like,
Nope.
you gotta be shitting me. I was like,
Nope.
man, that is like, no, that is way too out of my price range.
You like a nope.
But yeah.
Oh man, that's funny.
But yeah, I remember Street Hawk had all these it can turn from it was an all-terrain motorcycle, so it can turn
Mm-hmm.
from it can not really transform, but it can turn from like a dirt bike into like a road bike. So
Okay.
the front fork, like the bike would actually like actually rise up off the front fork, and then it can
Mm-hmm.
become like like an all-terrain, like um it could turn from like a dirt bike. Sorry, yeah. It turned from like a dirt bike into like a road bike, and then
Okay.
it had something called hyper
Mm-hmm.
thrust, which was um he'd have to like the guy, which was Norman Tuttle back at the headquarters, he'd have to clear the whole route, and then he'd have hyper thrust. It was like like the bike could do like 300 miles per hour, and I was like, okay, and like that, I really don't see. I didn't see the laser either, because he had like a laser that would he had this little
Mm-hmm.
thing that would come out of the top of the bike, and it would shoot a laser and stuff. I
Okay.
was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I don't really see that, but it's
Yeah, what the laser bike?
it it had a laser in it, like he could I don't know, he used it in a couple episodes, and then he had the hyper thrust. He could actually jump over stuff, and so he had the hyper thrust from the bottom. He had like the like these thrusters that would actually push the bike. So so the bike could jump over stuff, and it was funny whenever he jumped over stuff. You never just saw the bike jump. You always saw something in the way, where he'd be up on a ramp and going up over like two police cars or something like that. And
Right.
I was like, yeah, okay. So they had to do it the old way. But yeah,
Like the old Dukes of Hazard.
the old Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah.
uh, that is hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, I
Mm.
mean, the helmet was cool. Like, I always wanted the helmet. The helmet was really cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The helmet, all
And
like these LEDs and stuff on it. Like when the red and green LEDs were coming out, and that was it. That's all they had at the time in the '80s. We had red. We had red and green LEDs. Never had white LEDs. Never had orange. Never had
none of those,
this.
none of the other colors,
Just red and green.
just red and green.
Red and green.
Oh man. But oh my gosh. We're coming up close to the end of the show. We got about 15 minutes left. And
So nobody
so,
actually had any problems with anything.
so nobody had any problems this week. Everybody's computer was working. So I guess, hey, they must
Unlike
have
Jeff's,
they must have
unlike mine. No.
cleaned unlike Jeff. It was Jeff's computer, I I think Jeff's computer has something out against him. Or it could just be because it's an Apple.
Well, it is a true Apple now. It has the M4 chip in it, the Motorola M4 chip. So
Yeah.
it's not an Intel Core, i7 chip. So we're not
So,
running Windows, architecture with Apple software. We're
oh
running
yeah.
Apple architecture with Apple software.
Yeah, so Jeff went full Apple.
So it's immediately crashing instead of just like kind of crashing. Yeah. And I know how you feel about that.
I feel
You're
vindicated. I
you're
feel
you're
vindicated
like
now.
Forrest Gump,
So
you're like
listen,
Forrest
man.
Gump going, and that's
I
all I have to say about that.
Listen, I feel vindicated knowing that on Saturday, you know, I got one that's deep into Apple to say that Apple sucks. Nothing was more vindicated. George, I'm gonna tell you, man. Nothing felt better than being that vindicated. Nothing felt better.
So when I send you the iPhone, you don't need a SIM card in it. You just need the
Nah.
actual phone.
Yeah, I just need the phone itself. Yeah, I don't need
Okay.
a SIM card. You know, if I wanted to activate it, then I'd just get a SIM card for it. I'm not worried about
Okay.
that. Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. So I'm not going to
So
send
yeah.
you the Apple 3. I'm not going to send you the StarTAC. I'll be sending you the. Oh, I
Mhm.
found my mother-in-law's Nokia, her that her hand, her big handset phone with the with like the
So
pull-out antenna. I just found that the other day. So
so
no
look
show
here,
and tell
man.
today, but maybe next week.
So here, man. Nokia's, man. I don't know what they build out Nokia's out of. I think they build them out of like vibranium or something, man. I don't know what they build it out of, man, dude. Cause
It's like the HP 500 series printers when I used to service those, the inkjet printers.
huh?
You couldn't kill those things. Those things you couldn't kill. The gears were made out of metal. They had metal gears in them, and I was like, and the one guy said to me, he goes, and it was funny because HP at the time had they had a 3 year I think they had like a 3 year warranty on the
Okay.
500 series. 500 series was the most reliable inkjet printer out there. My father had one for his business, and he had it for 15 years, and one gear broke, and they had to
Oh.
honor it after 50. They had to honor the thing after 15 years, and they're like, "On you had it for 15 years. I was like, oh, well, we always kept it clean. We kept everything oiled and everything. I said, the
Yeah.
gear just broke. And they go, okay, we have to honor it. I was like,
Yeah.
they had the thing and they had to honor it, man. I was like, wow.
15 years, man.
They
Like that.
they they
Yeah.
stopped that right quick after that. Like after that 500 series, and they started doing like the 850. They had the I think they had the 850. The 850 had like a drying rack on it, like a little heater that would dry the ink as the
Mhm.
paper was coming out. Some people would just feed in certain things of paper, and the paper would actually
Right.
burn and catch fire. So I was like, okay, maybe not the 850, but
No, they said, look, we made this thing too good. We
yeah, it was
gotta
like a tank.
say we made this thing too good. We gotta
it made it too good.
he said we gotta shit it up a little bit.
I'm gonna put some cheap parts in there.
We can do something. So let's see, coming up next, what do you have? TKE tonight with it's going to be a mix tonight. Am I correct in that? It's going to be you,
Yes, it's gonna be
Cole,
Cole
Cole
Goodman,
Goodman, and
Jeff
Jeff
Kennedy,
Kennedy.
and hopefully myself. So I got double duty tonight.
So yeah, so George is going to be back with you. Cole's going to be here. Jeff is going to be here. They're going to have a party. I'm not invited, but that's okay.
If we have problems, you'll be invited. Oh, definitely you will be
If they have
invited.
a problem, then I'll get the phone call. Then I'll be in the party. Then after that, we have got
Only if something
conversations with
happens.
T. Nathan. And in the morning, we start off again, bright and early, with the sound of coffee, starring the man who said that Apple sucks. Thomas the Villa Bishop. So, oh my gosh, this show is brought to you in part by cns-computers.com. I went to the con this week, and I know a lot of you went to the wrong site. I wasn't there to fix it, but that's okay.
The Apple site.
You went to the Apple site, and you got something, didn't you? You got something. You walked away, and you got something. You didn't want, and you got it anyways. Well, take it on down to CNS-Computers. Servicing the Stroudsburg and East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania area. They will get every virus that you got. They'll take it out. You got a worm, they'll take it out. You got a virus, they'll take it out. You got a rat, they'll take it out. You got a loot, they'll take it out. They'll take it all out. You want a new one, they'll build you a new one. Anything that you need servicing your computer, they will get you all taken care of. When you go down there, tell them George sent you. Will they give you a discount? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Try it anyways. But just go down and visit. They like that too. So head on down to cns-computers.com and get your system fixed today. So man, this is a good show.
Yep.
It's a good show. I feel good about it.
Babylon George, but it was a good show. Good show with Babylon George. Oh, and
That's
Babylon
good.
George coming up on Saturday. Hopefully we'll have Mike Scott on. That'd be cool.
So
I
yeah,
think
Mike
I
Scott
think the
on
whole
Saturday.
crew will be on. I have to talk to Mike.
Mhm.
We'll have Mike Scott on.
Cool. Sounds great.
I don't know
sounds
if you
good.
know Mike Scott. He makes all the he makes the Clavius spacesuits from 2001. The helmet, the boots, the gloves, the whole suit, the whole
Oh, shebang bang.
whole
Oh,
shebang.
that's cool. That's
That's
cool.
one of the
That's
things
awesome,
that he
man.
does. All right, I will
So-
contact him and contact James. Tell him to get his ass on there. Oh,